These are 8 new features of Microsoft Edge. My name is Blair, I'm a criminal investigator, and for the last 15 years or so, I've been using Chrome exclusively as my default browser. In the last week or so, I've decided to give Edge another try, essentially, and it's significantly improved. The user experience has dramatically improved, and the way that I interact with it makes sense to me. It feels native to use, and I really like that. So I'm going to be using it, and so I just want to share some information. Love it or hate it, if you don't want to use Edge, that's cool. You do your thing. But these are 8 new things that I recently found out. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the new privacy settings that they're built into the browser. So the top right hand side, click Settings and More. Drop down to Settings, and then on the left-hand side, we've got Privacy, Search, and Services. Click on that and you can open up Tracking Prevention. So this tab, you've got 3 different settings. You've got Basic, Balanced, and Strict. So you can choose, read through them. Essentially, it determines what information you want to share with the websites that you're visiting. If you scroll down from there, you also have a new feature, which is called Enhance Your Security on the Web. So you can enable this and you can choose between Basic, Balanced, and Strict. Again, read through this. It comes down to malware protection. It's not a be-all and an end-all. It's a free service. It will help. It's not going to fix all of the problems in the world. I'm not saying it will, but it's definitely a great start. And if you're a small or medium-sized business that isn't dedicating a huge amount of money and resources to this sort of thing, just turn it on. It's free. Give it a go. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is performance. A lot of people go on about the fact that it's like, oh, Edge is a shit browser, it chews up resources and whatever. It's like, well, they're trying to combat that. So they've built in this performance mode. So again, click on Settings at the top right hand side, drop down, you can see Performance. Open this and you have an efficiency mode. It tries to optimize the browser to help use less resources. So if you're gaming or you're doing whatever in the background, turn this on and it will help to fix that problem. They're doing a good job. They are. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is the immersive reader. So I'm going to come into this website. So this website's about Google Bard, right? So it's on CNET, and you can see that it includes the images. Just quickly on that as well, I've actually realized that they've got this enhanced image, and by default it's enabled, and they actually enhance all of the images by default. That's something I just recently found out as well while I'm in the process of making this video. But you can see there's a lot of ads, there's a lot of other material on here that kind of might get you distracted. So you can actually on here, click on Immersive Reader at the top, or F9 if you're into the hotkeys, and you can see it filters out all of that information and it just has the page that you're interested in, which is like that's so amazing and useful. And then from there as well, you can click Read Aloud, and so you're able to then read this out, and hopefully you can hear this.
The search giant rolls out the AI chatbot, starting with people in the US and UK.
You've got a whole bunch of different voice options. So I've got it here in Australian on William or Natasha. That's what we want.
The search giant's own
speed up the speeds.
Chatbot that's a rival to services released by Microsoft and OpenAI. The companies
might not be for everyone, but it's a great feature. It's there. I mean, I'll definitely be using the immersive reader feature. It makes it just a whole lot cleaner. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is the password manager. I personally would recommend that everyone uses a password manager to store all of their passwords and manage their passwords as per password manager. But if you're not, you haven't decided that that's what you want to do and you're happy to just keep using your browser, so they do actually include a tool that lets you determine whether your information is being leaked or compromised and leaked online. So I know that other browsers do this. It's a fairly common feature, but just so you know, like they do this in Edge as well. So you click in the settings again, come down into settings. In settings, we're going to go to passwords. And in passwords, you've got this more settings, drop down on there, and you've got the show alerts when passwords are found in online leak. So you enable that and away you go. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is the vertical tabs. So the top left-hand side, you've got this tab actions menu. You can click on this and then turn on vertical tabs. It shows you tabs all down the left-hand side. If you don't like that, that's cool. You can put it back to the top. Just so you know, it exists. It's a cool feature. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is with your phone. So from your smartphone, if you're browsing on Edge, you can actually click on share, and in share at the bottom of Edge, you have an ability to be able to share it to your device, to other devices. So if you're logged on your phone and someone sends you a link on your phone, you can just share it. You just literally click a button on your phone and it'll just put it onto your Edge browser on your computer. Super handy, super useful. Okay, and so the last thing I want to talk about is the Bing chat. You can't not talk about this browser and not talk about Bing chat. Essentially, You sign up to it, you get access to the beta. I did it, you get access straight away. Top right hand side, you click this little discover icon and you'll get access to it. From here, you can ask it any questions. You can turn on a setting. I'll show you how to quickly do it. Notification and app settings, and then page context. It can read the page. It understands what the page is talking about, and you can ask questions specifically relating to the page. Explain what this page is about. I mean, this is a fairly simple prompt, just off the top of my head, but it'll read it and go, the page is about Microsoft Edge, a web browser that's built on the same technology as Chrome, but with additional built-up features like startup boost, sleeping tabs, blah, blah, blah. So use that for your own information. It's great. So I would strongly recommend it. So there are 8 new things that I've learned about Edge. If you've learned something, if you found this interesting or engaging, please give me a like and comment, or just share it with someone else. It's just about sharing the information so everybody learns more. Like, that's what this is about. I understand that it's not going to be for everybody, and some people are going to have their heart set on using a different browser, and that's cool. It's not going to change the world depending on what browser you use. There's so many different options, and you can use them all. You don't have to pick one. So let me know what you think.